The Wild Atlantic Way gives every traveller so many memorable experiences, and the Dingle Peninsula is no exception. County Kerry's mountainous finger of land jutting into the Atlantic Ocean has supported various tribes and populations for almost 6,000 years. There's no other landscape in Western Europe with the density and variety of archaeological monuments as here, and getting to see them is so easy. Slea Head Drive is a circular route that begins and ends in this wonderful town of Dingle, and it takes in the peninsula's natural beauties and wonders. Grab yourself a car and go for a drive. Everything's signposted so you won't get lost, and my advice is give yourself at least half a day. Perched on the very edge of the cliffs is the ruins of Doonbeck Fort. This small and mostly grass-covered Iron Age fort has continued to tumble into the sea over the years. The sweeping views of the ocean and straight drop down to the jagged rocks are exceptional. Go back in time to 2,000 years BC, and what you'd be living in this area are these beehive huts. Using local stone, they were stacked dry, no mortar. What an extraordinary ancient village setting, and there's plenty more to come along Slea Head Drive. The Blasket Islands off the Dingle Peninsula are the last outpost of Europe and of a constant interest to visitors. It's hard to imagine these rugged and windswept islands were once inhabited. In fact, they were evacuated in the 1950s. And to find out more about these fascinating islands, you have to head here to the Blasket Centre. Mihal, the Blasket Islands have a fascinating history.
Yes, indeed. People have been living on the island for over 2,000 years, maybe 3,000 years. The island was abandoned in 1953. There were only 22 people left on the island at that time. The island is famous for one thing more than anything else, and that's the literature that the islanders produced. We have what we call the Blasket Library, which consists of 40 books that were written by the hardy Blasket people.
Their language was quite unique.
The language that was spoken on the island and that we still speak here in West Kerry is called Irish Gaelic. We have various forms of Celtic languages, the Irish language being one of them. It's one of the most ancient languages in the whole of Europe.
As all the directional signs on the Dingle Peninsula are in Gaelic only, one tip is to memorise the Irish name for Dingle, Ondaingan. Gallerus oratory, like Doonbeck Fort and the beehive huts, is made without mortar and a testament to those ancient craftsmen. Thought to have been built between the 7th and 8th centuries, this was likely to have been an early Christian church. There are plenty of prominent landmarks to keep an eye out for on your trip around the Dingle Peninsula, and those three peaks over there are known as the Three Sisters, and as the story goes, Charles Lindbergh, in the spirit of St. Louis, in 1927 on his record-breaking flight from New York to Paris, after leaving the American mainland, they were the first bits of land he spotted. And another is that unusual shaped island over there, simply known as the Sleeping Giant. Well, from head to toe, I reckon they've got it right. The Dingle Peninsula is a place of intense allure and interest, with a myriad of green landscapes, rocky hills, long sandy beaches and staggering cliff edges. And the Slea Head Drive is yet another one of the Wild Atlantic Way's magic moments.